Hi guys, welcome to a different side of the room. You are usually turned that side, which is where my door is and my boyfriend's computer, and that's what you usually see. But since I do want to try and improve the look of my videos, I decided to bring you to this side. You have a few prints over there, and these are my own drawings because I was using them as an inspiration for the zine. The zine is, by the way, already out of pre-order, thanks to my friend that got it. And this is actually the original of the print that is exclusive to that zine. I'm going to print some for a con that I'm going, a con here in Portugal, in May. But I'm going to print only for that. I'm not going to print a lot, and then whatever left over, that I'll put up on my shop again, so we'll see. Today I have something, let's see, fun. Hopefully it will be fun. I hope you guys remember on my first video of Procreate I mentioned I got this pen, this gorgeous lovely pen, and I did promise I would play with it, and I did also promise that I had ordered some pens, cheaper ones, and that they would come in the mail. Well, they did. And they're these. So one is yellow and one has a sort of ombre pink to blue. They're very cheap. You can feel it in your hand. They're very, very cheap. But they actually work great. You only actually feel it in the plastic itself. The nib works just the same. They are quite light, and this one came dented, but they write just as fine. So I'm quite pleased with them. Since they're cheap, it means I can do what I wanted, what I've been meaning to do ever since I got this pen, which was to fill these with echo lines. They have arrived for a week already, and I have been playing with them. I did want to allow it to give a little time so that I would be able to see if echo line was a good idea or not. I don't know if it's a great idea. It works. Don't get me wrong, it works. It writes beautifully actually because it dries with the consistency of the echo lines, but I think it's too fluid. Like if I open the pen, it goes all over the place, and I think that's the only thing that it's not great. I did try for a few seconds to put this ink in, which is the ink I used for my tea bag video. It stained the pen instantly. It still has the stains all around the barrel, and even on the tip there's a little bit of discoloration already. So I immediately removed the ink and placed it and changed it with a purple echo line, and on the yellow one I have a green echo line. So ideally I would love to have a pink ink, but I'm trying to save up a little bit of money, so I'm trying not to buy anything. But yeah, so eventually I would love to get a pink ink. So if you know any inks that are good for fountain pen of color, let me know. Yeah, these actually work great, and still trying to figure out how to properly ink with these. So maybe let's have some fun together today, and let's see how the heck do I ink with these, because I'm honestly not sure. I have done a few drawings here just for fun. I'll show you guys in a second. I have done a few drawings with them, and they're not quite yet what I want them. I still don't know. Let's see how this goes, and wish me luck, because I'm not sure what I'm doing. This was the first doodle I did, still with the original ink cartridge that came with the Lamy, which is this one. I actually removed it, so I might still use it eventually, but not for now, because I'm quite happy with having the black ink. But I do have that cartridge, and the cheap ones actually came with a ton of cartridges that I now don't know what to do with them. So this was the first doodle I did. All of these lines were so comfortable to use to draw. Afterwards I did this one as well. This one I started with the Lamy cartridges, and then I filled it the pen with the black ink because I just couldn't wait anymore. I did this one afterwards, and as you can tell, this ink is not waterproof. I did this washes way after the ink was fully dry, but I do like that about this ink because it blossoms a little bit yellow. That's why I actually got it for my Inktober. It was so fun. And then I think I did, yeah, this one was also done with the pen, and this was one of the blues that I have of Ecoline. I was just playing around with it, but you can tell it's pretty much the same whenever I use this, so I really want to try and doing something differently. This is a big experiment. But I did this after I filled it with the Ecoline, and yeah, it's just a mess. And this one is a little bit better. This is done with the green Ecoline, so this one. And yeah, as you can tell, it dries pretty nicely, but I think it's just a little bit too fluid, but I enjoyed it, so I want to try see if I can do something better. So yeah, let's sketch something and see what I can come up with for these guys. I started this sketch by honestly trying to go on Pinterest, but lately when I go on Pinterest, it's not always a good experience. Allow me, first of all, to apologize for all the changing lights. The sun was going crazy on me, and I did my best to try and make it as cohesive as I could with the color corrections, but I'm still learning on that, and it's a bit tricky, and I'll get better on that, I promise. I hope you guys enjoyed the little change of scenery and the intro. I am really trying to up my game here. So regarding the pose, it's just a very indulging pose. I didn't want to do anything honestly too tricky because I was having a lot of difficulties starting with the pens already. For some of you guys might not know, but I used to be quite big in inking. I used to have a very specific style with inking. For Inktober 2017, I started doing hatching in inking, and it was honestly the thing that made me grow more on Instagram. I remember I was still with maybe 100 followers at that time, and I remember it was during that Inktober that I actually grew for the first time, so it was very exciting, and I'm very attached to those illustrations. Those are still some of the best selling illustrations, prints that I have when I go to cons. They sell pretty nicely, but I don't enjoy doing that style anymore, mostly because it really hurts my wrist. I do it with a very small pen, the G Pilot pens, and they are 0.4 and 0.25, so they're very small, very dainty, but they are, how should I say, they stress your wrist a lot because they're not very fluid, so you have to hold the pen in a very specific position and you have to push a bit hard. So that ended up straining my wrist a lot, and I kind of had to quit doing the illustration like that. So I really wanted to find something that would allow me to maybe still keep inking that way, but it would be easier on my hand. So fountain pens seemed a great solution. So far I am still trying to figure out how to do it because I don't know, I think I kind of forgot how to ink. It's been so long, but because mostly during this Inktober that just passed, I used washes and brushes. I did not pick up a single pen. It was all brushes. So I am a little bit out of practice, but it's been fun trying to reconnect with that side. And sorry about this old shakiness. I need to learn how to stabilize my shots. My desk is very flimsy, and whenever I just do stronger strokes, it just goes all over. So that's on my list to learn how to do to just stabilize my shots. So the colors that I'm using are just plain Ecolines. I do eventually want to get some other inks, but like I mentioned, maybe in the future. For now, I'll just keep my wallet shut. For now, I'll just be happy with what I have. They are pretty fun to use. They're just, like I said, a little bit too flowy, but I love using them with my planner. They're so much fun to just write with because they're very, like I said, they're juicy, they're flowy, and it kind of gives the effect of watercolor when you're writing, and I absolutely love that. It looks so pretty, and they're very fun to doodle with while I'm just maybe talking on the phone about something on a meeting or just something work related. I just doodle with them on my planner, and I have a sheet full of little plant doodles, and I love that sheet. So I basically want to do, eventually I'd like to do a bullet journal with them. Maybe when my planner runs out, because I actually bought this planner without knowing that it's until September. So it's from September to September, so I already lost half a year worth of pages. So I really want to try, when this runs out, I'll probably try and get a bullet journal. If I can. I've heard it's pretty intense, but it seems fun. So that's definitely something I want to do. I think I'm done. Yeah, it's nothing amazing, the sketch, but I really did just want to have a go. Oh wait, I am going to do a little shading here, because yeah, just a little something here, maybe to distract from the fact that his arm is freakishly long. But I mean, it's not quite just the fact being long, it's just so thin. Comparison to the other one, it's just so thin. But never mind that, she's just a skinny girl unlike me. She's very long everywhere. I think her eyes are a bit lopsided, but let's do her a smiley little bit. Okay. I'm done fiddling with it. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this. I know it's a bit random, but I did want to play with these pens in camera, and I really love them. Plus they look super pretty. Even the cheaper ones. Oh, let me show you where it was dented. It's pretty much here, you can barely see it, but there's a little notch here. Oh, and they actually have a converter each, so I don't know, I haven't brought this up, but you basically use a converter to fill them up. And it's pretty useful. You just dip the pen like this, you twist this, and the ink goes up. In this case, the Ecoline. These converters are not amazing. They are from Wish as well, but they came with the pens, so that's pretty neat. The converter I got here from Lamy was €4, I think. It's completely different, the quality. It's much nicer. It works. The cheaper version does work. It's not as nice, and I don't know, in question of durability, how long they might last, how they might last, if they might clog up, they might break, they might do anything. I don't know how I would feel traveling with these. I think I'd be always afraid they'd spill. That hasn't happened yet, but I haven't taken them to anywhere else yet. So yeah, that was it. Let me know what you guys think, if you ever tried this, and if you have any other suggestions for fountain pens. But I'm obsessed and I very much enjoy using this. That's the final drawing. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and thanks for joining me in my rambles. See you in my next video. Bye!